Welcome, Akash, for this career podcast. Thanks once again for giving me your time. And why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Uh, yes, I am a Scrum Master currently working with one of the IT companies. Uh, and as Anand is very good mentor for me. So he was a mentor when I joined, when I was about to transfer my background from operations to this IT I wanted to enter. And that is how I am right now. I'm working as a Scrum Master, and I have total overall 8.5 years of experience, in which this is my fourth company I'm working with.
So, Akash, you have mentioned to me that you are from operations background and now you are into Scrum Master. So,
Yeah.
what motivated you to move from operations, predominantly a non-IT area, to an IT area, and that also very specifically to a Scrum Master?
I have learned in my career that there are only two things which motivate you. First one, appreciation, and the second one is money. Appreciation I was getting in my previous company, but the second thing motivated me to switch my sector, that is from operations to IT, because it's a very lucrative sector as compared when we look at the financial terms.
Gosh, I really appreciate your honesty on saying that. Not many people admit it, but yeah, it is good comparatively.
This is the truth. This is the truth. In this type of age, when we are having almost 6 7 years of experience, or maybe 5 years of experience, any other company or any other industry is not providing you that much of money which you are getting in IT. Though these have negative impacts also, because when you are having a good number of experience, almost 15 20 years, I have seen people, those who are struggling in IT, and at that point of time they are earning in some manufacturing, supply chain operations. They are good, working comfortably over there. So both have positive and negatives, but at that point of time when I was in a dilemma, I wanted to switch because of the financial conditions.
And good choice indeed, I suppose.
Yeah, it was a very good choice. Till now,
And
I can say that.
till now, yeah, touch wood. And what do you like about being a Scrum Master?
Dealing with people, understanding the mindset of the people, handling the situations. Because when we are working as a Scrum Master, it's purely a people management job. And one of the most important things, you don't need to be technical. And I hated to be a technical person. So, and this is the thing where I'm comfortable with dealing with the person, dealing with people, talking to them, having a good bond, and making a bond, a resolution conflicts. So this is the main, most important part of.
Why don't you share some of your why don't you share your journey? How was it like moving from an operational, which is a non-IT, to the IT as a Scrum Master? How was your journey like?
It was something new, but when I was initially starting it, I was also a bit scared, because many of the people, or many of the person who were into IT, they were having an IT background knowledge, or they might have, some of them, most of them were having IT degrees, or they might have done few of the courses. But what went well with me is I was not afraid of doing things. So I took that first step, which I believe is the most important step. Even if you are doing anything, or other than the companies also, just leave the career aspect behind. But if you are doing singing also, then the first step is the most important step. And we have all read that, but we never try to implement this thing. So when I took that first step, uh, that yes, I'll do that, I decided to become a Scrum Master or a project manager. I was not even very sure what is more comfortable with me, but I knew that out of the more other options, rest all options are not of my cup of tea, because I cannot be a technical architect, I cannot be a business analyst. So that is why I chose to be a project manager or a Scrum Master. So when I entered into this, after your training, I got to know some. I got very good insights what a Scrum is, how it works, what all our duties, what all the ceremonies we have to perform. And then accordingly, because I was not into that operations background, so I adjusted my few of the things. I molded some things and did some modifications accordingly. I was doing, I didn't did anything wrong, but just molded and started to mold the words. That's it, nothing more than this. And I had some of the skills, as I mentioned, that I'm very comfortable talking to people. So this is one of the most important skill, I believe, that should be inherited when you are switching to a Scrum Master role. So you should be comfortable talking to people. You should listen both the parties. If there is any conflict, you should not be very prejudiced. So these all skills were there, I thought, and what I believed is there with me. So I put particularly focused pressure over this. Even in the interviews, also, I specifically move the questions to this aspect only. That yes, this is the my last word, and you ask me about the next thing which I want to. The ball is in my court. I know where you are going to ask me the question. So that was the whole scenario. I practiced a lot for the interviews. I was from operations background, but I was not even aware what story pointing is. Uh, I if how I demonstrated story pointing in my operations was the thing which I practiced. So I practiced according to the situations. Like Sachin's once said, he didn't practice any particular bowler. He practiced as per the conditions of the environment. So I
Wow,
prepared as per the conditions, and that's how I was my journey to become a Scrum Master.
that's great insight, Akash. And specifically, you said that there's a first step is the toughest one. You have to
Yeah.
take a leap of faith. You need to have that confidence. That's the biggest hurdle.
Yes, absolutely. I agree to it today also.
And you were also mentioning some of those skills, right, which you were able to transfer from your operations side. You want to mention some of the transferable skills that you were doing that in operations and which was very much applicable in Scrum Mastery.
Definitely. First thing, people management, most important. Second one, resolution, conflict resolution. uh, Third one, understanding the mindset, because it's not just operations mindset, but I believe Scrum Master is agile is the thing which we should implement in our lives also. We should be it is a line which you have multiple times reiterated in your lectures also, or in your training sessions also, that agile is not a way just of the career, but it should be implemented in the life also. So it is because sometimes if there is a conflict in the societies or the residential areas also, we just hear one thing and we are very much prejudiced. So this is the thing which we are going wrong. So when I was working in the operations, I was also very much sure that I should be listening to both the sides. So that was one of the skills which I carried here also, and it was very useful. I became a very good Scrum Master here also. Facing the people, I was not afraid of it. I was having good confidence. So confidence was is one another part. So these are the 3 4 major skills which I believe should be carried, I have carried from my operations background. Because in operations I have worked for almost 6 years at that point of time, and situations are sometimes very very critical, and you have to be patient at that point of time, and you have to think an alternative way. Same applies in IT also.
And more of a people skills, right? That's what I was hearing
Yeah, people
repeatedly.
skills. People management is, yes, it is very very important.
How you manage the relationship with people.
Yeah,
And that
definitely.
says has everywhere, right? Whether you're living in your society or in your operations or as a Scrum Master.
Yes, I have once read in some book, life is not so typical, but we make it a very typical one. So when we are living easily and happily, I don't think so. Transforming from one background to another background is a very typical job.
Hmm.
Even now, people are very much afraid and getting panicked that the recession is coming up. So what? Some after some times, new companies will be formed. They will require people. So just be patient. It's a matter of a small time. That's it. Nothing else. At that point of time, you just have to be calm minded. Look at Dhoni. He's calm and patient at every stage, even till the last ball. He's very calm. He never panicked. So we should learn when we are idealizing someone. We should learn, and even after observing, not just by the words, but by observing also.
Wow, Akash, I can understand now where that confidence which you mentioned comes from. Like, take life easy, right? Don't panic. That is
Don't.
much ingrained in your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. That was really insightful, which you just now shared. But Akash, there should be certain skills which you had to intentionally leave behind in operations, right? When you're coming into Scrum Mastery, would you want to share some of those?
Yes. So those skills which I have left over because I am a MBA in supply chain. So I was having good skills over there. But and I was very enthusiastic about supply chain also. But I left those all the skills, most of the skills of operations because I was into if you're working in operations. So some of the skills like when you're comfortable. First thing what I will mention is I was very comfortable when I was working in operations. Only thing which made me discomfortable was financial things. So when you're comfortable working in just one of the profile or one of the background, after doing it for a few years, you're comfortable. Everybody is comfortable. So leaving that comfort is the most difficult part. You have to do new things and you have to learn new things. And that is, I, I won't say that I have left this thing, but yes, I was learning new things then also, and now also I'm learning new things. So, if you ask me specifically what are the skills which I have left over, uh, maybe nothing. I can't recall it, but nothing much. Uh, Most of the things I have sometimes I have I can say this is my fourth company. I started working as a data analyst, then it was an oil and gas company, then I worked into a power company, supply solar EPC company, then I worked for logistics, and now it's an IT. So I don't exactly remember what skill can I mention. I am not able to recall it, but yes, learning new things is a part of our life, so just do it and take it easily.
Oh, that's very good way to say that whatever we learn, whatever we experience doesn't get wasted. We might transform
Yes.
from one job or one domain to another, but we don't leave those experience. We don't leave those learnings. You never know when those learnings, experience may be applied in future as well.
Definitely. I'll just, this is not a question, but I'll give you one example. I have given UPSC also. I passed out from my BTech in 2014 and I took a drop of 1 year and I prepared for UPSC exam. So in 2015, I gave the exam and I cleared the prelims also. So I don't feel I have prepared for almost 5, 7 years for UPSC. On 16th of June, I have given my last attempt 2 days back, just 2 days back. So, though I was not very much confident this time, but this was my last attempt, so I gave it. But I never felt that even 1 day of my UPSC preparation is not worth because I have learned too many skills, uh, talking to people. Even when you're drafting the emails, we have written 1250 words for a single question, and I have done that. So when I'm writing theoretical answers, it is very much because I now writing the emails is very easier for me because now I have practiced a lot in my UPSC. And see, this is completely different thing. But I'm just giving you an example that nothing is wasted if you have prepared or if you have done enough means uh, enough properly and you have not deceived yourself on any of the aspect, it will never be wasted.
Hmm. That was really, really great thought. It's really great. And the way you explained about UPSC example and crafting an email uh, really shows strong mental mindset that you have.
Thank you.
So, Akash, last question.
Yeah.
Many people are in that journey, yet to decide whether they should go from non-IT to IT Scrum Masters. People reach out to me that, Anand, where shall I start my journey? What advice would you give it to them who are planning to transition the journey?
First of all, I would give them an advice. If they are transforming from non-IT to IT background, search about the profiles in which you can enter. So if you are not comfortable, do few of the Udemy or maybe Coursera courses, online, whatever the online courses, those are a cheaper option. I did that. And there how I analyze that Scrum Master or a project manager role is I'm comfortable with. Secondly, when they have decided their profile, start working on it properly and do extreme hard work, because it will pay you off one day. So after that, as I told that I did that online courses, I'll share my experience. I'm not sure what advice shall I give, but I'll share my experience because I'm not that much uh, on a platform that I can say that I should be giving advices, because I'm too young to say that. But I'm just sharing my experience. So I did online courses. I decided my zone that yes, I'm comfortable in this zone. Then I searched about the trainings and I came across your training and I joined that. After that session, I was so much confident that yes, I have selected the correct thing. After that, I prepared for the interviews. As I said, I prepared for the environmental situations and everything. What, how we have to mold the things. So I did that, and yes, most important thing which stayed with me is hard work. You have to do lots of effort. But before that, take that first important step. If you have taken that first important step, 30-40% of your journey is done. Don't hesitate to do things. What I'll say one thing in Hindi. When I was preparing for UPSC, there is Vikas Divyakirti sir. I don't know how many people have heard of him, but he's the founder and owner of Drishti IAS. It's a very reputed institute, and he repeatedly says one thing: क्यों डरें जिंदगी में क्या होगा, कुछ ना होगा तो तजुर्बा होगा. So doesn't matter. Take that first step. What will happen? We will fail. That's it. I have failed 6 times in UPSC, but I have made a good career in this. So there is nothing that we will fail. It gave me some experience. This is new experience. Enjoy those experiences. It's life. It's a full of ups and downs. Enjoy this journey.
Exactly. Wow. I'll remember that quote as well, Akash.
It's worth it. I'll share you the link as well.
कुछ नहीं हुआ तो तजुर्बा जरूर होगा.
बिल्कुल.
That's what life is, exactly as you said.
Definitely. Yeah, that's my experience was, and I've just shared the experience. So as I said, I'm too young to give advices, because you are also senior to me, so you can give better advices to them.
Certainly, I've been through that journey, so that's why I'm also listening to you and learning a lot from you.
Yeah, even you have transformed. I have heard that you were into project management and you were into technical side also, and then
Yes.
also, yeah,
My
still you
third
are learning
incarnation
and
in
doing
IT
new things.
industry.
New things also. You are still doing
Yes.
new things.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's you are an example. Just share your profile and they will get motivated itself.
Thanks,
They're
Akash.
motivated.
But this was your story, and I'm sure your story is worth listening to from yourself. Akash, it was really great. I'm very glad you made time and you shared your story with us. And I'm very sure and confident that others will also find it very, very beneficial. And wish you very best of luck in your Scrum Master journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Take care. Bye.